What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. We're here. It is June 1st, so therefore I told you I'd be back around this time. So we've got some money moving around, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. So hope you're all having yourselves a great weekend. Coming to an end here on this Sunday night. Now, wanted to have a live video this weekend, and unfortunately just ended up with the worst headache and still have it here today. So I'm going to try to get through this information here quickly with you, and we're going to have a live video at the beginning of this upcoming week here. Got some things to talk about, got some free agent, some trade candidates. Those things become more prevalent when, these things happen with the money. So, post June 1st is always an important time. We're here on June 1st. Big shout out to my dad. Would be his birthday here today. He would be 75. Biggest Eagles fan I've ever known. You're talking to this sicko right here because of that man. So big shout out to him. But I appreciate all of you guys taking the time here tonight, hitting that like button, sharing, subscribing. We're here to talk some birds. So you have anything on your mind, any questions, love to hear from you. And we're going to keep this countdown rolling. 95 days away from Eagles football. Let's effing go. Telling you, once this countdown begins, I feel like it all just flies right by. So we're going to see those defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles before you know it. But before that time, we're going to get through all this other information in what we like to call sicko season. So let's take a gander here at the players that will have their money moving around, all that great stuff that's going on because of it being June 1st. So tomorrow, all of these things will go down post June 1st. So not on June 1st, but want to get ahead of this. Now, there are some very varying things going on when it comes to Bryce Huff, all that stuff, a lot of talk. So we're going to talk about projected stuff here. And the Eagles right now, the way it sits, they had $21.2 million going into this. So let's just keep that in mind. Now, with we think Brandon Graham retiring here, it should officially become official that we get rid of him after June 1st. So that way, it's only a little bit of dead money. 4.5 mil will be in dead money, but we will save a little bit in cap space. So, you get a little bit there. Now, guys like Slay and Bradberry, we've talked about them before, so we already knew that we were going to save a little bit of money. Bradberry's still a free agent, but we knew that he was let go. You will save $1,760,824 there from him. And then Darius Slay, of course, who now is with the Steelers, but that's what those post-June 1st cuts are for. So those guys are able to go find new teams. Slay obviously doing that. But you save $4,324,000 there from Slay. He will come off the books. And then, okay, here's the thing. Bryce Huff, I've seen so many varying things. And as I told you, really busy this week. Really didn't have time this weekend to go out and do the math and do all that stuff myself. So I was really hoping, the way people claim to know how everything works, that somebody was going to go out and figure out what these numbers are. Now, I don't know the way they restructured his contract and then traded him. That really kind of makes things change. Now, if it's a trade post June 1st, I don't know. I honestly, with that restructure, I think that's built into it. But I'm just going to go with the number I had. It's not 15 million, but I'm seeing it at 2.4 according to OTC. So I went with that in a post I made earlier today. But I don't know, man. I'm just going to keep the numbers I have right here for this show. That's how it's going to go. And as I told you when the move happened, and as I've tried to make clear, always, when things change or the numbers actually come out, I will give you the exact numbers. This right here is just a fun little way of showing you how I do things and how we figure those numbers out. But right now, I'm not figuring out what Bryce Huff is because I don't know the exact numbers. So when that actually happens tomorrow, hopefully that all is made clear. We know what we get in return, what draft pick we're getting. I will give you all of that information. But that's going to change things, and that stuff always changes. So I do my best to keep you up to date. Now, if we take all of those numbers, we combine them, we can see that, that's 15 mil. So you're thinking, okay, we save 15 mil in cap space. Hell yeah. But the thing is, as I always talk about, you're replacing these guys. So they come off the books. and, a lot of dead money. We got like 22 mil in dead money, but you also have to subtract this 4.1 million off of that number I just showed you, the 15 mil, because you are replacing them with the bottom 4 players here. And that would be Moro Ajomo, Nia Smith, Trotter Jr., and Eli Ricks. Because remember, in the offseason, it's the top 51 contracts that actually cap hits that actually affect the salary cap. So we're adding, that 4 mil together, all those numbers to get 4 mil, and then we're subtracting it from that 15 mil that I just showed you there. That was the total from the 4 players. So really, if Bryce Huff's number is 7.7, I don't know, maybe it is 2.4. And if it is 2.4, well, then you're subtracting that 5.3 mil off. So you would have 5.5 in savings. Okay. So the way we're looking at it now, your projected total cap, if it is that 7.7, then you've got $32,115,419. Now, again, if you are subtracting that 5.3, you will get 27.8, which is what I posted earlier today, because I'm just going with what OTC said. I'm just going to go with what I had originally, and I'm just going to keep telling you as soon as the exact numbers come out and all that stuff. I'll give that to you. But that's what I had. Just know that they've got around $30 million in cap space, give or take, whether it's less or more. That's a lot of cap space. So you want them to trade for Trey Hendrickson. You want them to trade for whoever else under the sun. I've seen it all. Kyle Pitts, so many options available out there. The Eagles can do whatever they want. They want to sign someone like Stephon Gilmore, Justin Simmons. There's so many questions you guys have had. Just know that the Eagles can do that, and they could have done that without any of this stuff happening. This just gives us even more. And we talk about, what you don't spend rolls over next year, and you want to have some to play with throughout the season. God forbid something happens when someone goes on IR, they still count against the cap. So you need to be able to have, flexibility. So we have that. We've got guys, that you'll want to extend in the future, but we don't need any money to do that. Like Howie knows what he's doing. And yeah, there's some dead cap money that people don't understand. And they get, oh my God, I'm going to lose my mind. You don't need to. I promise you, the Eagles know what they're doing, kicking the can down the road. Now they're trying to change that. Obviously, they don't like the Eagles are really good at things, so they try to change the rules to stop that. So, hey, they can keep doing their thing. We'll keep doing ours. Now, you saw the off-the-field stuff, and if you have any questions about that, please feel free to ask. And I told you, once all that information becomes set in stone on the books, I will give you the updated cap. I will give you what we traded for, our updated picks, all that stuff you want to know. But some of the things I hear about why are we getting rid of Slay and Bradberry, some people maybe weren't paying attention this offseason. That happened a while ago. We have already signed. We have brought back guys with the reserve future signings. We have drafted a couple guys. Well, we drafted one guy and then signed another undrafted rookie. So, yeah, we lost Slay and Bradberry, and Rodgers and Maddox are gone as well. But Quinion and Coop are the future. We know that. Can Kaylee be part of that future? We'll find out. Eli Ricks is here. But we added Adoree Jackson in free agency. Nickerson, Castro Fields, and Woods were added as reserve future guys. And then Mac McWilliams drafted to back up Coop. Love that. And then B.J. Mays, the undrafted kid. We'll see what he can do. But you've got a lot of competition there. So I like the cornerback room. If you maybe want to bring in another veteran like a Stephon Gilmore, we've talked about Asante Samuel Jr. There's a lot of names actually still out there. The Eagles can definitely do that. And again, I'll be making a show here shortly this week coming up talking about the free agents and some trade candidates. And then at edge, yes, you're trading away Huff. Yes, Brandon Graham is retiring. Sweat is gone. Charles Harris isn't going to be back. But you've got Nolan and Jalix who are the future. You signed Uche and Ojulari, who I feel very confident about. And then Patrick Johnson, O'Shawn Mathis, KJ Henry, and then you drafted Antoine Powell-Ryland. So I feel we've got ourselves quite the amount of depth. And when Jihad Campbell is, healthy here, he can help in the rotation. I think he's going to be an off-ball guy. But, hey, you want to get creative with it, you've got a lot of talent there. And you can see what the defensive depth chart looks like. I understand people are scared, but we've already drafted and signed people, for this time. You can see all the colors are depth pieces. We have our future already here. We hope we'll find out this offseason, but I feel very confident about this team. And, if there are holes or issues, remember, it's very early in this sicko season. So we have the money to do whatever we please. Again, once those numbers become official and all that stuff, I will give you a live video. We'll talk about all this great stuff, but that's all I've got for you here and right now. Again, any questions, anything on your mind, love to hear from you. Any players you want to know about that you want me to add, we'll be talking about all the top trade candidates, all the top free agents, all that good stuff you want to know coming up here this week. But if you need anything else, please feel free to reach out. Always here for you, as you guys are for me. Hope you had yourselves a great weekend. Let's have a great week coming up here, baby. But yeah, we'll have some mini camp stuff going on. I will keep you up to date with that as well. Again, the free agent stuff, the cap space, all that stuff will come your way. But tomorrow we're going to have not only some information there, but we'll have ourselves the OTAs going down tomorrow and the next day, and then on the 5th, and then mandatory mini camp on the 10th. Then the end of July, we will have our training camp. The date has not been announced yet, or the days, whatever. I will let you know all of that stuff. But all I've got for you, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this bad boy, subscribe down below. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!